Hola a todos! Thanks for joining me once again for another art lesson. This is Señora Santiago, and this week we are going to focus on, yes, sketching. Sketching. As you grow up, you're going to get that a lot in your development as an artist. It is so important to exercise these sketching muscles. And yes, they are muscles. It's like when you go to the gym, but you are working out and you're getting ready for a bigger event, whether you have a tournament or a race to get ready for, you have to work out and get ready for that to get strong and be physically in shape for that major event. And so sketching works the same way. Even if the final result isn't a sketch, if it's going to be a painting or a pottery, ceramics, a tapestry, it all begins with sketching. These are creative muscles that we work out, and I have a list of simple activities, simple exercises, sketching exercises that you're going to complete to increase at your abilities in drawing and sketching. So let's get ready. Here we go. Hey guys, I'm back. The real me, not a sketch now. I have this amazing magazine I want to share with you before we actually go into our sketching exercises. Let me show you. It is Scholastic Art, and this particular issue is dedicated to artist sketches. Artist sketches from Van Gogh to Keith Haring. Now this guy, you guys know. Pretty sure you do. We just never focused on the sketches. Let's read. You're sitting in a coffee shop with a friend. Suddenly, sunlight shines on your friend's face, inspiring you to take out your sketchbook and draw what you see. In 1887, French artist Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec did just that. At a cafe in Paris, Lautrec sketched his friend, Dutch artist Vincent van Gogh. You can see this portrait here and on the cover. Swirling pastels. Gesture lines suggest Van Gogh's concentration as his hand moves quickly across the surface. Sketching is how artists develop their skills and ideas. Sketches can be plans for large, complex compositions, but they can also be works of art all on their own. They can reveal how artists think, feel, and see the world. Now, this is what I was telling you guys. A sketch can be a sketch because you like to sketch, and a sketch can be the process of what you're going for. But a sketch can also be a practice for the end result. Now this here is a painting done by Vincent van Gogh. But that was the idea that he sketched out before painting it. See that? And so this is actually a very famous painting. Well, all of his paintings were famous, but this is one of the ones that we focus more on. I'll show you another one. This is Romare Bearden, right here. And his kind of sketching is a little different. Let's look at Van Gogh, kind of shaky lines, you know, kind of sketchy, the way you would say sketchy. But in this case, these are lines that don't focus on detail. They're called contour lines. It only focuses on the outside edge of the figure. Not really going into the texture or what that door looks like or what this column looks like as far as texture. So this is called contour drawing or contour sketching. Now I want to show you this. You know her, right? Yes, you do, Frida Kahlo. Now if you take a look at that. This is called Self-Portrait, done in 1946 by Frida Kahlo. So she sketched out first, and based on this particular sketch, she has many paintings that kind of gather the ideas that she was putting here on paper before actually painting her self-portraits. Now, I wanted to show you this because this is contemporary. That means modern day, recent. You've seen that character, right? Now this is a digital work of art. This was done on a computer, but it started with a sketch. The idea of that character, Red Queen, in Alice in Wonderland began with a sketch. All right, guys. Now that you have a little bit of background information that gives you an idea of how important sketching is, even for major artists, let's get you sketching. Okay, let's get started with your your sketching exercises. I'm going to teach you how to do three different kind of sketching exercises. The first one is called gesture sketching, and then the second one and third are called contour and blind contour, and we're going to get to that in just a minute. Okay. I made this paper sort of like a thought map, just to get myself organized, and it's also good for you to know, give you an overview as to what your exercises are going to be. Okay, so the first exercise that I'm going to teach you is object gesture sketches. You are going to do 5 object gesture sketches. Each of those is going to take you 30 seconds, super fast. Okay, some people call these speed gesture or rapid gesture sketching. All right, because it happens fast. And while we're doing that, I'm going to tell you why and how does that benefit you drawing super fast. We'll get to that when we get to it. Okay, you're also going to do 5 gesture sketches, 30 seconds each, so very fast, of a person. And so in that case, you're going to need a person, brother, sister, mom, dad, that's willing to stand for you in 5 poses and stand there for 30 seconds. All right, I do have a little hack to that. I have a hack, so I'll tell you about that hack when I get to that one. The next exercise is called contour sketching, and you're going to do 2 contour sketches, 1 minute each, of an object or a person, and then you're going to do blind contour sketching, 2 blind contour sketches, 2 minutes each, again, of an object and of a person. Okay, so gather up your supplies, and we're going to continue with the first exercise. All right, I do not want you guys using pencil, no, and that is because you tend to use the eraser, and no, we don't need the pencil for this one. I don't want you guys going back and thinking about what you did and wanting to go back and fix it. Okay, I want you guys to stick with a pen today, or a black marker, a thin Sharpie, nothing too big, so something that's pointy. I would prefer to just go with a pen. Okay, white paper, plenty of white paper. These are exercises, they're sketches, they're not supposed to be perfect final result drawings. All right, so you can use paper that you have set aside for that, or you can just use junk. You can use junk mail envelopes. I have plenty of that. I have envelopes. This is just for, for exercising. Okay, I have my March calendar that I took off the wall. Okay, and the back side is perfect for sketching. Okay, so you can just take something like that and use that for your sketching. So no need to use a lot of brand new paper on this. Okay, all right, I am actually going to go ahead and use my March calendar. Okay, so once we have that, I'm going to go ahead and grab my black pen, and I'll give you guys a couple minutes to grab your supplies. We're going to begin with the object, and so I have gathered up several things. I have a starfish, a sea star. I have just figurine that I had lying around the house. I have a toy horse. I have a drawing compass and a toy kazoo. All right. Those are the objects that I'm going to draw. So take a minute, gather up your supplies. I'll pause the video and we'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay guys, I'm ready. I have my items. Tilt my camera so you can see. I have my items right there. I have something that I'm going to use for taking time. I'm going to set it for 30 seconds. Stop. I'm going to set it for 30 seconds. Okay. you have a stopwatch, or you have even someone that can just count for you, you know. I don't recommend you counting yourself, but go ahead and set for 30 seconds. And a gesture is not focusing on the details, okay? So I'm going to draw this kazoo first. I'm going to set my timer for 30 seconds, and I just want you to take a look at how I'm doing this. I'm going to get closer, okay? All right. I'm going to gesture draw this, so that means I'm not worrying about any of the details on it at all. It's kind of like a scribble drawing, all right? Start. Here. This is super fast, and I still have 5 minutes to go. Done. Moving on with something a little more complicated, my sea star. Pressing start on my timer now. I want to give the person the feel of what it would be if they could look at it. So I do want to go ahead and maybe add a quick, down to 5 seconds. And the better I get at this, the quicker it's going to be. Okay. Done. All right. Got it. Okay. Moving on to my next one. Little angel figurine. Okay, this is going to be a whole lot harder. It's got lots more detail to it. All right, here we go. I think I'll set it like that. Okay, and start. The more time you do this, the better you're going to get at it, okay? So it is, the intention of gesture drawing is so that the person who looks at it, they have the idea of what it was, okay? Someone's gonna know this is a star. They might not know it's a sea star. They're gonna think this is maybe some sort of whistle. Maybe it looks like a little toy boat or something. And so it is the idea of what the object is. It's to loosen your hand. It's so that you don't really think about details. It gets your brain focused on the essence of what it is. And so the essence of what this angel is to me, I started with the wings. So my brain immediately started focusing on the wings. I started working on the wings. It is a way, oh, stop, don't go back, no. It's a way for you to get you just to wire your brain at focusing on just the action of drawing, okay? All right, now I'm gonna go ahead with this horse here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use my other side of this paper. All right, so just the idea of the horse. I'm not really gonna focus on the, like every little detail, the nostril, just the gesture, the basic idea of what the horse is. I think I'm gonna stand it. Okay, you can lay. All right, no, I don't like it laying. Aye, okay, whatever. All right, here we go, and start. Okay, so this is, again, it's the idea of the horse. It's the outside. It's not exactly the same. It's not the exact thing, All right, and so that, I know I didn't do all 5, but that is the idea of what gesture drawing is, okay? All right, 30 seconds each. Now, you can do more, okay? I'm not telling you to stop at 5, all right? I don't want you to take more than 30 seconds though. That would be cheating, okay? But the more times that you do it, the better you're going to get at it, all right? Next, we're gonna move on to gesture drawing, but of a person, okay? So you need someone to stand for you. Okay, the next exercise is also rapid gesture, but it's of a person, okay? Now I told you I had a little hack, all right? I can't get my son to stand for 30 seconds. You know, he's like doing millions of things. So I went ahead and I took pictures of him, all right? But this all really depends if you have the ability, if you have the device to take a picture of someone. I took several pictures of him doing things, all right? This drawing, this gesture has to, it will turn out better if the person is actively doing something, not just standing there, but looking like they're doing something. And so I took several pictures of him. I'll scroll through them just to give you an idea. Okay. All right. Now I am using my iPad to take my time, and so it's going to be a little hard for me to do these gestures looking at my iPad, but I'm going to go for it, all right? Because I have to take time on my iPad as well. All right. Second exercise, person gesture sketches. They can, I would say, don't make them huge, all right? I would say block them out like a one here, one there, one there, one there, all right? Okay, so gotta set my timer for 30. I'm gonna give myself an extra 2 seconds just because I'm switching back to the photo of my son. And starting. All right, so just the overall idea of there being a child there messing with his sock. All right, not really worry about detail, just the overall gesture of what he is doing. And sometimes when people look at these, they're like, I have no idea what that is. But the more you work at it, the better you're going to get. All right, that's my time. All right. That's my first gesture. Let me go ahead and set it again. Go to my second photo, and there it is. All right. Okay. He's got a hand up here by his head. All right. Come on. Okay. That's that. Okay. Start my next photo. All right. Okay. Yes, he's got scraggly hair. So I'm not going to worry about all those details of his tie-dye shirt. I am just, going to the idea that his hands, just the gesture of his hands being up above something, and his legs are sort of set apart. Okay, done. Whew, that was fast. All right, I'm going to turn my paper over. Start. All right, oh, okay. All right. This was a little far. It's got some things. Oh, his legs. Why did he cross his legs? It's hard to do the legs that are crossed. All right. Okay, so I've got several person gestured exercises, and I think this one, like, I focused less on the head, so the body was more, it's more obvious that the legs are crossed. Okay, you need 5 person gesture drawings of 30 seconds each. All right, get to it. Okay, the next exercise is called contour. And so when you think about a contour drawing, you are only going to focus on the line of that space. So it's not just the outline edge of something, it's the outline edge and then the outline edge of whatever is within that item. For example, if I were going to do this, I would go ahead and I'd draw the outline edge of this horse, but then I would also draw the inside lines of the hair. I wouldn't focus so much on the texture of the hair, but just the overall contour of it. I would have to include lines that would make it look like his little cheek is coming out and that his snout is a little bit stiffer than his cheek. And so these lines that give me a sense of a form where it's not flat, it's formed, it's three-dimensional. Those are the contour lines that are needed. Okay, so let's see if I talk about this little angel figurine. This one's a little bit harder because it has so many lines in there. I'm gonna go ahead and focus on the horse, and you need 2 contour sketches. One's gonna be an object and one's gonna be a person. Okay, so and these are 1 minute long. They're a little bit harder, and so here we go. Sometimes you might be done after 1 minute. I mean before 1 minute. Setting and start. Sorry. Okay, so I'm looking at my horse and I am if this was a real horse, it'd be so much harder. So I'm not really going to kind of draw the texture of the hair. I'm just drawing out the lines that indicate that there's like some hair there. I'm not sure why I'm making this picture so big. I should try to keep it smaller. His belly down here. His bottom. Shape of that tip. Okay. Ran out of time. Stop. Okay. Contour. So I'm not really focused on the texture. I'm looking more at the lines that indicate a sense of form on this thing. All right. Now, person contour. You're going to choose, if you're choosing to do the photo of the person, then you can just go back to one of the drawings that you took. I'm going to go with I'll go with that one. But if you didn't take photos, then you just need that person to stand still for 60 seconds, all right, while you do a contour drawing of them. Okay. All right. Oh, I set my timer and start. All right. I'm gonna indicate that his ear is there. I'm going to indicate that there's a nose there and there are eyes there. I do not need to go in all the detail. Okay? That is the purpose of contours, just to indicate that more shape than the gesture, of course, but not completely detailed. Remember, these aren't full works of art. This is an exercise. It's like you're not running a marathon, you're exercising for the marathon, you know? All right. It's got wrinkles. These wrinkles are important. They indicate that his leg is folded, not stretched out. This one. Big old foot Josiah has. Oh, okay. Ran out. That is my contour drawing of that pose. Okay, so you need to do 2 contour sketches, one of an object, one of a person, 1 minute each. Go for it. All right, guys, we're on our final exercise. You're going to do 2 of this kind. This is called blind contour, and you're going to do them for 2 minutes each because they're harder than the other ones. One is going to be of an object, and another one's going to be of a person or of a photo of a person. Okay. The word blind comes not because you're blind or covering your eyes, because if you do that you can't see what you're drawing, but the word blind comes in because you don't look down at your paper once you started. All right, you're going to find that object. I'm going to go ahead and choose to do this angel. I'm not going to hold it in my hand, even though I could hold it in my hand. Real experts, they can do this without having to use their second hand. But I am going to set my little angel over here. I'm going to turn my body away from my paper so I'm not cheating. And I'm actually going to keep my hand here because when I start drawing, I can use the feeling of my hand to guide myself across the paper. When I am done, it's probably going to look nothing like this, all right? But the purpose is not going to be to get a picture of my angel. The purpose is going to be what's going on inside my head. It's a process of focusing on the lines and the process of going from image to image in my head to image on the paper. The idea is not to get a beautiful work of art, okay? All right, so don't hate your work when you're done. Just know that it is part of a process, not part of a result. Okay, here I go. So I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes, start, and I'm going to set my angel over here, and I'm going to try to not look down at my paper. I'm starting with this top one, and that's where I started. To about 45 seconds. Stop. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? It's not like my angel, but it is the process. I have the idea. I can see my wing. I can see where I was working on the head, the book, the skirt of the angel. And this would actually benefit you if you do, actually all these exercises would be great to do many times, all right? You get really good at it. There's some people that can go a full sketch without even looking down at their paper, and you cannot tell that they weren't looking at their paper because it's a muscle, it's an exercise that we do to get better at drawing and at creating that mental image and putting our mental images down on paper, okay? All right, get your first one done. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my second one, which is the person. Turning my paper over, and I'm going to go ahead and work with one of these images, one of these poses that my son was using. Oh, that one is hard. Do I want a challenge? Yes, I do. I'm gonna go ahead and do that one. Okay, again, I'm gonna set it aside so I'm not looking down at my paper. I'm gonna point my body that way. And setting my timer to 2 minutes and go. gone through his whole body. I'm gonna call it done. And I was still 30 seconds away. Okay. All right. What do you think? Not too bad. I was really focusing on his hair there and his arms reaching up. I can see that I was really focusing on those wrinkles that I saw in his pants and the bend of the leg there. All right. This can be quite challenging, guys. The more we exercise a muscle, the stronger it gets. All right. So that gathers up all of our exercises. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the ones that I did. We started with rapid gesture drawing of an object, then rapid gesture drawing of a person, then contour of an object, contour of a person, followed by blind contour of an object and blind contour of a person. Do this as many times as you can. Don't just limit it at 5, 5, 2, and 2. If you want to do more, do more. And don't just do it this week, do it every week. It's going to get you, you're gonna see the results. You're gonna start looking back. I would even say go back and write the dates on these and keep track of every time you do these exercises. You're going to see progressive improvement on your drawing and sketching skills. All right, guys, thank you guys for joining me. Love you guys. Bye.